Words of thawing ice are going to seem foreign about this time tomorrow, Anthony. It sounds like the temperature's dropping, as is the snow.
Yeah, this is just going to be the tip of the iceberg, to say it figuratively, Derek, because we're going into a phase of weather that we haven't seen this cold season thus far, with an exclamation or two behind it. I mean, we are going to be feeling some really chilly air. I will say, though, taking a look at the nuances of the models here over the past 24 hours, the brutality of the cold, if we want to call it that, maybe not quite as cold here into early next week. I mean, it's still going to be far colder than what we've experienced, but these daytime highs, there were some indications off the models that we could be down in the middle to upper single digits, which that's why you've always got to be careful, going too low, because you've got to account for some model air and some adjustments back towards closer to climatology, which in fact we may get more so highs in the middle teens as opposed to these single digits. Nonetheless, it's going to be cold. Overnight lows can get down into the single digits, certainly. Let's take a look at our winter weather advisories that are out there right now. And well, these are out there now, but for tomorrow, starting at 4 p.m. and lasting until 7 p.m. on Friday. So we've got kind of a two-pronged approach to this system, a weather disturbance that will cause a few inches of snow, I think, maybe 2-3 inches of snow tomorrow evening. And then once that goes on by, it will be bringing down the colder air and kicking off lake effect snow showers and snow squalls throughout the day Friday. So that will cause additional accumulations. This right here is through 3 a.m. on Friday. I think the system snow is by and large over at this point in time. So we've picked up, as you can see off the model, I think this is a pretty good representation, 2.5, 3 inches, maybe 3.5 inches. Obviously, there's some locations there that are showing more than that, but you get the idea. And then once the lake effect snow showers start to become more prominent on the radar screen and take us into Friday late morning and afternoon and evening, there will be additionally a few inches, if not several inches or so, along the immediate shoreline, especially, I think, north of South Haven, particularly to Holland and Muskegon. You come inland, Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo. Yes, we will pick up some accumulations throughout the day as well, but likely not to the extent of the immediate shoreline. So I think this is pretty decent here, 4 to 5 inches by, say, midnight Saturday night. That would be 12 a.m. Saturday. So not a crippling storm, I don't think, in Grand Rapids, but several inches of snow on the table as we go forth locally. Temps right now in the upper teens over towards Ionia and southward to Coldwater, but the majority of us in the lower half of the 20s. I think we bottom out right around 20 in GR and then actually start to rise towards daybreak, and that will kind of lead us towards readings in the mid-30s once again for tomorrow. Lots of cold air in Canada, so this reservoir of air has an infinite supply at the current time, and it is going to be continuing to send down cold air, it appears, for the next 10, perhaps 14 days. This month of February almost certainly is going to be much, much colder than what we've seen through November, December, and January. Periods of snow, additional snow also are on the table. You got to stay very abreast of these forecasts going forward. Erica Striva will take you home the next couple days, but there are some indications on the models that there could be a couple more storms here into early next week that may produce a fair amount of snow nearby. You can't say it's going to be right here in West Michigan, but then maybe Monday, somewhere in that time frame, Monday, Tuesday, there could be a decent-sized storm nearby trying to move in with some snow. Wind chills are going to be down there, though. Once we turn the page on this colder weather, we're in the single digits for wind chills Friday into Saturday. This is on Sunday. And then a bigger scope across the Midwest shows you how real intense the cold is going to be through Wisconsin and Minnesota. I used to work in Green Bay for 3 years, and I can tell you it gets brutal over there. Look at this, feeling like minus 43 by Sunday. Across the lake, we get that little bit of an insulation effect, some moderation off of the waters of Lake Michigan, particularly due to the fact that they're not ice covered at this point. So I guess that's something that we can hang our hat on, but that's about it because it's going to be cold enough. Some high level clouds drifting in well ahead of this storm system out to the west. Again, this is not a whopper. It's not a blockbuster storm, but it does have enough moisture as it gets closer. And you'll see that on the RPM model as it begins to generate it tomorrow afternoon. As you wake up tomorrow morning, even a little bit of filtered or dimmed sun, I think certainly is conceivable because the cloud deck is going to be quite high in mid-level base. It's not going to be thickened down to lower levels yet, but that'll occur towards midday and thereafter. And then I think right around 3:30, 4 o'clock, that's when we'll look out for some snow showers to develop in GR. Now, the fact that we're going to make it to 35, 36 could actually lend towards a little bit of a wintry mix or some rain mixing in initially. Then we switch over to a few hours or maybe even 4 hours or so of some decent snow. That'll come on down, give us 2-3 inches, I think, and then the back edge to that system snow works on by. If you watch your radar real closely, though, the snow will be tough to end because we're going to start to get that lake effect influence, and we'll have lake effect flurries and snow showers and snow squalls. Even though the model not really showing it, they'll be there on Friday, and that's where we pick up our additional maybe couple inches of snow in GR to get us to 4 to 5 or so. It's going to be cold. Temperatures falling on Friday, mid-teens by the afternoon, and that's why we were talking about those road crews, Derek. You get temps that low, even flurries accumulate. It's going to be dicey even into next week. I'll talk more about that next week's forecast coming up.
Speaking of road crews, Anthony, drivers expected to get over and slow down when they see a crash.